Doug Maclean was the first GM of the Columbus Blue Jackets and remained GM of the Blue Jackets until he was fired in 2007. During his tenure as GM, he made some pretty horrible moves. This episode will be taking a look at Doug Maclean's worst moves as Columbus Blue Jackets GM. Here are some of Doug Maclean's worst trades. One of his worst trades was trading future considerations to the San Jose Sharks for Jan Calhoun and a 9th round pick. The 9th round pick turned into Martin Paraluk. Calhoun and Paraluk would not do anything for the Blue Jackets. What did the future considerations turn into? In the expansion draft, the Columbus Blue Jackets agreed not to select Evgeny Nabokov. In hindsight, this was a horrible decision because Evgeny Nabokov turned into that franchise goalie for the Sharks for a while. Blue Jackets were still searching for their franchise goalie for so many years. Another bad trade was trading a 2nd round pick in 2003 to the Dallas Stars in exchange for Grant Marshall. This was a horrible trade because the 2nd round pick ended up being the 33rd overall pick, and that was Loui Eriksson. Grant Marshall didn't do much for the Blue Jackets and was dealt away a few seasons later. Loui Eriksson turned into a solid 70-plus point producer with the Dallas Stars that was capable of playing a two-way game. A draft day trade in 2004 between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Columbus Blue Jackets would turn into a bad trade. Maclean dealt the 4th overall pick in 2004 in exchange for 8th overall pick in 2004 and the 58th overall pick in that draft. Carolina selected Andrew Ladd with the 4th overall pick. The Blue Jackets selected Alexandre Picard with the 8th overall pick. He turned into a complete bust. With the 58th overall pick, they selected Kyle Wharton. Neither Picard or Wharton turned out to be solid NHL players, while Andrew Ladd turned into a pretty good NHL player. Perhaps one of his biggest mistakes as GM was trading for Sergei Fedorov. Maclean sent Francois Beauchimen and Tyler Wright to the Anaheim Ducks in exchange for Sergei Fedorov and a 5th round pick in 2006. The 5th round pick was used to select Maxime Frechette. Francois Beauchimen turned into a pretty good defenseman for the Anaheim Ducks, while Sergei Fedorov never lived up to the hype. After 2 mediocre seasons with the Blue Jackets, he was then dealt to the Capitals. These are Doug Maclean's worst signings as GM. This isn't a worst signing, but it's a bad decision. Not re-signing Ray Whitney as a free agent was a huge mistake. Ray Whitney could have really helped the Columbus Blue Jackets. The worst contract he handed out in his tenure was to Adam Foote on a 3-year deal worth $4.5 million per season. At the time of this contract, Adam Foote was already 36. Here are Doug Maclean's draft blunders. In 2005, he selected Gilbert Brule with the 6th overall pick. He rushed him to the NHL. Then when he wasn't ready, he sent him back to the juniors and completely gave up on him. Players taken after him: Anze Kopitar, Mark Stahl, Paul Stastny, James Neal, just to name a few. After looking at some of these moves, it does certainly look like Doug Maclean is up in the running for worst GM in the history of the NHL. Next episode, I will be looking at Dave Nonis' worst moves as Toronto Maple Leafs GM.